Good evening, my name is Adam Marwood, they call me the Zotmeister. I welcome you once again to the Outer Worlds. Time to explore Gorgon a bit more thoroughly, let's say. Here's Prudence's save file. My apologies for the late start tonight. It's January 6th, 2021, and I live in the United States. That will hopefully explain it. It's like any other work I had to get done today, I was more than a little distracted from. But yeah, enough of that. Meat locker. Probably didn't need... Actually, let's consolidate the tossball cards again. I completed the DLC and nothing special happened with the tossball cards. I'm kind of disappointed by that, honestly. So, you know, I'm just going to leave them in here. They do actually have some weight to them. $103. Let's put like 60 in. There we go. It's 30 weight we don't need to be carrying. We've got the flurry there. Slowly builds up its rate of fire. It turns out there's another weapon like that later on. Okay, we have a food addiction. Oh, right. I kind of left things abruptly last time, didn't I? This is, I believe, the last perk I'll be able to give everybody. Ellie has all of her specials. Almost certainly give her more health. That's a pretty straightforward thing to do. For Nyoka, what's the one at the top? Increase your lie skill when she's in the party. I think I'd rather give her more ranged damage. For Max... Second wind is tempting. Let's boost his ranged damage. And Sam. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and give him second wind. Right. Okay. Supernova, Prudence. Food addiction. Let's solve that. Okay. We are going to get exactly one more perk through leveling up, which we will be doing exactly 3 more times, and in short order. I know we can get to 150 Persuade. Okay, we should be able to get to 100 Hack with relative ease. Okay. 2 Strength. Maximum Intelligence. Yeah, we have a caffeine drink active right now, oddly enough. Despite the session having just started. We're so well liked. Okay. Chimera and a nice hat. We've got that for armor. That's for lockpicking. That's for lockpicking. That's for lockpicking at range. Engineering, temperament, intimidate and lie, perception. This boosts hack, which is why I kept that sitting around. There isn't a lot of options for that, oddly enough. And it occurred to me that there's a helmet that boosts hack, and it's available to me now. You can buy it from Lex at the at the Sprat Shack. So I'm actually going to do that. That is something I had been apparently forgetting to do. Yeah, the rest of that I'm just going to sell. There were 2 other things that I realized I had overlooked playing my offline campaign I didn't do in this one. Kind of went both ways, but in particular, I'm not sure if there are going to be any chat decisions to be made tonight, to be completely honest with you. But I suspect that Paralong Gorgon will be finished either next session or like the first half of the one beyond. And there are definitely going to be some decisions, boy howdy. If nothing else, I will make sure that one decision happens tonight. If not on Gorgon, then I will visit, because I'm going to be visiting Byzantium anyway as part of the Gorgon plotline, and I'm actually planning on doing this while we are there. Hopefully you remember Ava Chartrand and her dwindling stock of scientists, all those bodies in suspended animation back on HRS 1084, that space station that Lilia Hagen of Sunlight wanted us to plant her flag on. Yet we will not be given the opportunity to ambush Ava Chartrand. As soon as we open the door, we will immediately be locked into dialogue with her. So there will definitely be a decision to be made. I don't know if it's going to come up or not, but I do want to make absolutely certain that in case it does, based on the decisions that you make, that we have a persuade of 150. We actually need the maximum for one possible option that can come up during that meeting, which is why I've been putting that off. It's just to make absolutely certain that it's an option in case you want it, in case it comes up. Right. So here's the thing. It's these skills that our companions have that will add to our own values when they're in the party. That's actually the reason why I've been going with Felix and Parvati on this. Well, there's actually a couple of other reasons, but the fact that they both add to lockpick and persuade is enormous for doing what our character has been trying to do all along. So there is that. Oh, and by the way, I discovered that there's one thing in here that wasn't here before, because I saw it in my other playthrough and I knew I met the requirements for it here. So I'll show it to you now. An Appreciation of Even-Toed Ungulates by Dahlia Hudson. The llama, scientifically referred to as llama glama, is a domesticated herbivore weighing on average some 250 pounds. They are tall, friendly, warm, trusting, and delicious. When frightened by the sound of a passing starship, llamas produce a cry of alarm compared to a stalling engine or a donkey being fed into a wood chipper. Llamas are notably larger than, and therefore more superior to, the lowly alpaca. The alpaca is a murderous fiend compared to the noble and refined llama. Contrary to popular myth, llamas don't have beaks. Oh, man. I would be an excellent voice actor if I didn't have Paul Lind syndrome. Anyway, moving right along.
Problem? Whole ship's running on a computer's fancy. That'll make you nervous, Preacher?
No, Felix. The concept of a ship computer does not make me nervous. Are you scared of Ada?
I ain't scared of Ada.
Good. I'm glad we cleared that up.
It's just, she's a computer, Max. What happens when her equations tell her to cut off her oxygen? Or blast us all into space?
Felix, Ada is not sentient. She can't act out of a sense of malice. Where do you get these ideas?
I was watching True Stories of Mechanical Murderers last night.
Felix, I find your purity refreshing.
Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. So let's see now. There's one very big bit of plot that I some way, somehow missed during my previous session, despite it being right next to something that I found. I am a bit embarrassed by this, and I apologize. I'm going to have to go back to where it was in order to remedy it. But on the plus side, I did learn that there's an interesting, amusing conversation that we get to have as an extra bonus that I otherwise wouldn't have seen. So I'll get to show that off to you while we are at it. Okay. So, I am going to be spending a good portion of this session basically exploring Gorgon, looking at some of the parts that we haven't gotten to yet. And we will definitely be going back to Transmission Tower Alpha as part of that, the next step in this quest, as it were. The Electric Fling we won't be able to do until we progress onward a ways. A dialogue between dead men. In theory, we could try to finish up. We will definitely get some parts of that, but it's going to be a lot easier to finish that up later on. So I'm not exactly going to rush ahead to do that. And, yeah, that's the main story campaign that we're still putting off for the time being. Okay, so at this point in time, I think we are ready to disembark. It's once I get a good look at the map of Gorgon that I think I'll be able to figure out what we have and haven't done. Hey, Parvati. Alright, so we are actually over...
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
We're over Gorgon. Okay. Let's have Felix and Parvati come along. Oh, I'm a freaking idiot. I'm sorry, I typed out the notification on Discord and somehow never hit enter to send it. Oops. Well, I've sent it now. Damn it. It was alarming how many things on the Xbox 360 I was able to bring to the Xbox One for upcoming retro nights. I have this big long text list open in front of me right now. So it turns out that there is somebody who will tell you about Charles from accounting. And it's actually this guy right here. Well, I have no idea what the conversation would have been in advance. Oh, I missed that before, I have no idea. But, well, it's rather amusing if you have it after the fact.
Hey again, stranger. What can I get you? You mean you came out to this asteroid without knowing nothing about it? Me too. Heard it was wild here and couldn't resist. Trouble is, if you wander off to somewhere you oughtn't be, like way out in Gorgon's farthest reaches, odds are slimmer of your bits finding their way to my pockets. If you want my advice, stick close to the Sprat Shack, unless you fancy having your limbs torn off and eaten.
I do not fancy that at all.
I figured not. Look, I ain't stopping you from wandering elsewhere. But if you do, be sure you watch out for the Marauders. That's the #1 thing. And the Mance, I guess. You watch out for Marauders, Mance, and Charles from accounting, and you'll probably be fine.
Wait, I know we got Charles from accounting. Why is this coming up? What the hell?
Only the meanest marauder on Gorgon, and also anywhere else. That man is crazier than a bag of canids and twice as likely to bite. He will bust your head open like an overripe mock apple if he so much as sees you. I ain't joking. He'll snap you in half like stale bread noodles.
Oh, that Charles. Yeah, he's dead.
You're kidding. Really? He's dead? As in, dead?
As dead as I know how to make them. I love these options. Like, perception. Hold on, you're upset by this? The bottom one, those genius, just stare at him until he says something less stupid. I love that. That is so funny. Hold on, you're upset by this?
No. Yes, a little. He was just a real unusual character, you know? Original. You don't see one like that every day. Gorgon's gonna be a little less interesting without him. That's all. All sorts of salvage and weapons. And plenty of.
Alright, I don't think I need to buy anything from him. Although I think I do have quite a few things to sell at this point. Yeah, we've got special delivery. That's how I know I beat Charles. The flurry. Yeah, I have no use for that. Okay, a lot of these I'm intentionally keeping, but from here down, we don't need those. And I'm sure I've got rubbish to sell here, yep. Way too much Adrena time. A lot of alcohol and nicotine. Any mods in overabundance? No. Okay. And of course we can sell all the junk. Oh yeah, we can use this workbench. The tinker? Not really. That it would be very expensive to upgrade Salvager's helper at this point. Sure has lasted us quite a while, though. The Chimera, on the other hand, is probably worth it. All things considered. That's probably gonna do it there. Alright, let's repair you. That's low enough to be of concern. All those are fine. Okay. Oh. Oops, that's not the elevator floor. That's the elevator floor. Okey.
You're not gonna believe this, but Leonora paid her tab and told me she won't be coming back. I'll miss her, but she deserves a classier joint anyway. She left with a spring in her step, told me to thank you on her way out. Something tells me she's gonna be alright. Have a round on me.
Oh, thanks.
Don't forget to close your tab when you're done.
It's actually not a drink I want from you. It's this. Cat's Eye Pressure Helm. +5 hack. Plus, in addition, it has a boost to sneak attack damage. How's about that? Perfect for quiet, sensitive, and delicate tasks. Note that lack of the word lawful. So this will actually give us, thanks to our perk that doubles it, +10 hack while we have it equipped. And since we also have +7 armor, which will double to 14, we now have, in much the same way that we have a particular lock-picking set of equipment, We also have a particular hacking set of equipment. And just with those on, that puts us at 104. And I do not know of any hack in the game that requires more than 100. So we're good. We're golden. I won't have to invest in that any further. We can take care of anything else that we need to do. I won't have to swap characters or anything just to make that happen. Well, we've got the dialogue equipment on. Along with Felix and Parvati in the party, we actually have a persuade of 152. So that is also not dependent upon like a caffeine drink or anything wearing out. That is a guaranteed lock 150 persuade. We can persuade anything. And the last one to check would be lockpick. That, of course, is these two bits. And this actually gives us a lockpick of 149. Now, I think it might actually be the case that Felix or Parvati on a level up will actually gain enough stat points that what we get in turn puts us to 150. But it also doesn't matter. We can just chug a caffeine drink, and that will put us over. It's not like we won't be able to prepare for a lock. So that is not an issue. Persuade, hack, and lockpick we are golden on based on the equipment we are carrying. Also, if we don't need to talk to anybody, we've also got this sizable, thick helmet here. Give us some proper defense, or I could put that on for the sniping bonus, or I could put this on for the sneak attack bonus, which is probably equal to whatever sniping bonus I would have. So yeah, I think we're good in a lot of ways. Wanted to confirm whether or not we had those prerequisites before I did certain things. Sanity knows there are plenty of locks that require 150. And I do know of at least 2 circumstances coming up, in fact, where a persuade of 150 will be required for certain options, which you may or may not choose. Again, that's going to come up to what people do in chat, how you respond to polls. But if it comes up, you will be able to do it. I wanted to make that available to you, and that's just the way that this character has been growing anyhow. Alright, Supernova can't fast travel. That's okay. Let me figure out where it is that we are going. What it is that we need to do specifically. Right, there are 2 things I need to show off that I had missed before. Alright, so let's zoom out here. Where have we been? Right, we visited the exterior of the HIA because we did the whole loop around, coming up here to Gorgon Ruins, to there, and then down the elevator. And we did, in fact, map that out previously. We went to the fossil llama. We did pass by the secret hideout. We have the mission, although we didn't we weren't really able to do much of anything with that. The bits and pieces to get in there are spread all over the place. This one we'll probably get decidedly later. It's a lot easier to do after what brings us this way, since we're jumped out the back end anyhow. This one I'm actually hoping to do today. The OCI, I think we finished it. Yeah, we did. That's how we get the current mission to go back to the transmission tower here. But I didn't actually scope out what's up here, so I want to go and do that. And then in the process of leaving there, we can come back down by here and do that. To the best of my knowledge, none of this up here is accessible in any way, shape, or form. Even once you beat the thing. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a different set of choices will lead us up there. It certainly looks like a landing pad. I have no idea. Maybe it's just a building that's just too high up the mountain. I don't know. So there's this island here that we've not sort of scoped out, and there's actually an elevator that leads down to get into this portion here. Although it turns out that getting in there is very close to the end of the DLC. Meanwhile, what we've got up here... yeah, I'll just basically do a flyby of at one point. Alright, so we do actually need to go to the Gorgon Ruins area, but before I do that, I want to head to points over here. There's really nothing to bring you into the canyon here, apart from this particular quest to get this item, and just a general sense of exploration. There's some good, interesting things to find out there, but there's no actual plot that leads you there. So I figure I may as well just hit on that tonight. I have to go back to here for something that I missed, and I do want to explore that, and the easiest way to get there... actually, there's an elevator I can take here. Once I've gotten through here, I can take the elevator up to this portion. We can get to the back end of the OCI building where we left off last time. That was where we fast traveled away from as soon as we finished that. And then from there we can work our way back over to this, which is what we actually need to scope out. Although I may or may not scope out some of this while we're over there. This is a good time, a good opportunity to sort of explore Gorgon, something that I was intentionally putting off. I was like, I am only doing this much right now, I'm only doing this much right now. I'm going to basically throw open the gates, as it were, and visit decidedly more. Oh, and by the way, this guy here, I figured out what he's for. He has a unique name for a reason, and guess what? It's not coming until much later. But you will actually have an interesting decision to make once that comes up. Something to look forward to. Okay. Well, let's do what we do best. Damn. Not one hit killing them? I think I one hit kill that guy. What are you even looking at?
Here we go, boss!
Oh, you think so, do you?
Can we do that again?
Okay. So let's see, where were they all? One came from this direction, right? Oh. How the hell did I miss you? Really, though? Alright, fine. You and you. Right, so that's the ladder. That's the elevator up to the Gorgon Ruins area, which we have fully scoped out, but I do need to go back into there for the current story mission. But I'm going to do that on the way back. I'm going to just march straight down through here. Anything in there? No? Okay. Should be more hostiles up ahead. I think I see one there. Yep. There's you. There's you. And then, oh, there are 2 of them over there. Damn. 5 of them. Okay, good. 1-hit kill. Steal the one right in front of me, I'd appreciate it. What am I doing? Why do I always seem to die at the start of a session? Get back up, Parvati. We were only just starting. Ah, damn. Alright. Gotta get good. I beg your fucking pardon. Oh, shit. That explains it. Good question. A very, very important tool is coming up, but I don't have it yet. It will make things a lot safer for my companions here. Continuing to march down here. Okay. I've had problems with these 2 before. Frostsaurus soldiers. That is very thick armor. Is that like what Parvati has? Yeah. Felix has the MSI Elite on? I think I gotta swap Felix over. That's just too good to pass up on. I'm gonna have to modify that too. Maybe even tinker it a little bit. Okay, Techromancer. Yeah, we need to prepare for this. This has gone very poorly for me before. Let's have one of those sniper items. Actually, I'm gonna take a preemptive immunized in case we get frozen. And ambidextrine. Shit. All it did was sit and block. Fine then.
Felix!
There we go. Yeah, I was so unhappy with myself when I had to basically replay 20 minutes. I might not edit that out, actually. I might end up highlighting the whole thing anyway. Alright, so the mines are that way. No, that's the... Oh, that's the camp. Alright, there's the OCI. Okay. Right. Oh, the mine is... Mine is this way. Okay. Abandoned mines.
Anyone else feel like the walls are almost leaning in?
This is like that scene from Terror on Monarch, where Spencer Woolrich gets buried alive.
Alright. More frost soldiers. No such luck, these mine carts don't actually move. That was my instinct too. But sadly, no.
Watch this!
I see it now!
Oh, that's the last of him!
Right, so yeah, new elemental effect that that you can be inflicted with. Chilled, as they call it. These frost... Yeah, mants can do that to you. Which, of course... evokes the question. Do you ever get anything that allows you to inflict frozen? Well, chilled, I should say. The answer is yes. And it's in these caves. Alright, so we're going to ignore them for the moment and head this way. In this rather ominous corner here is this old recording.
Benji, you remember that time? That time we... Yeah, fishing. Down on Stellar Bay. You read my mind, Benj. Black sun on the water. Waves glinting like teeth. Swallows whole. That sky. The rock. It's whispering, Benj. Yeah, you hear it too. Wants me to crawl. Crawl down deep. Let the beast consume. Benji. Can't hear you. You breathing? Ben? Ben?
Okay.
That had to hurt! Out of my way!
Here goes nothing. That's the last of them.
Alright. How about we take some Immunosol and get rid of that damn chilled effect on us. Uh-oh. You two alright? Alright then. Come on, you two, don't scare me like that. Okay. Oops. More ammo. Yeah, I wish you could hop in the mine carts and ride them along the rails, but not a thing. Place is surprisingly labyrinthine for something that looks relatively straightforward on the map. So curiously, the mants along here are already dead. That Sprat isn't, though.
You ever get the feeling there's something horrible waiting for you just around the corner?
I figured the mines were gonna be trouble. Didn't think they'd be crawling with mants. Must have gotten out of HIA a while ago, 'cause they've been busy here. Something about the tunnels here gets under your skin and into the worst parts of your head. Makes you feel not yourself. In case I don't make it out of here. Marauders. Must have followed me from OCI. Time to make tracks while the mants are busy. I'm shedding some extra weight. It's yours if you find it, whoever you are. You need it more than I do now.
Mega Ice Queen. So, interesting thing. You've got this big old lantern here, which clearly crashed down from above. You can see the bent railing. You've got this one that's just hanging on by a cable. So you'd think you'd be able to deal with the Mega Ice Queen by crushing her. By shooting this. Or this. Or, you know, something around here. Nope. Nope, you can't.
Heads up, jackass!
I'll fix you right up!
Here we go. Wait, what? Oh shit, they both went down? Oh, fuck. That's not good. That's not good at all. Give me just a moment. Maybe there's a different order I should do some things in here. Even something in. Oh, that's a lot later than I thought it was. Damn. Oh, that would make things a lot safer. Alright, so it last saved as we were leaving the Sprat Shack. That's fine. It's just dangerous, this whole area. It's Alright, Alright. That's okay. Let's try this again. At Supernova, nasty things will happen. Really?
Here I go!
You're kind of blocking my shot there.
My time to shine!
What is even happening anymore? And Parvati went down again. Well, at least she's consistent. Should be 4. Alright, where's the one I'm missing? Where's the one I'm missing before Courtier chews me out? Where is he? Well, damn it. You lost track too? Okay. I guess I get a pass this time. Alright, well. Shaped power helmet. That's the really thick armor. Look at that, 103. Might as well swap that on. Let that be our thick helmet. Is that better than this? Yeah. Alright. Give Felix my hand-me-down. Before long, everybody's going to be in the same armor. So yeah, I feel like the devs missed a trick there, because, my word, that really does seem like it's there to be shot down. But yeah, you'll just get their attention and die. Figures that Spacer's Choice actually makes something that you know, works, right? Or at least stays sufficiently intact that you can't use it to your advantage.
Heads up, jackass! One down!
Heading back!
That was fun.
Ugh. Yeah, it's like, just get back here, Felix. Don't need you to run out there and get yourself killed. I only get one resurrection with the inhaler every 15 minutes. And Parvati already had one. Okay. There is 3 of them here. Really, Adam? There are 3 of them. Shit, bad time to reload.
Here I come!
I see it now! Come on!
Okay. At least I get to sort of speed run, so to speak. Coming portions here. Discover abandoned
Do you all feel
mines.
like the walls are almost leaning in?
This is like that scene from Terror on Monarch, where Spencer Woolrich gets buried alive.
Oops. crap, you two. I'm gonna take this just for you guys. Yoink. I probably should have switched weapons, but that worked. Mind control ray is so good.
Benji, you remember that time? That time we... Yeah, fishing. Down on Stellar Bay. You read my mind, Benj. Black sun on the water. Waves glinting like teeth. Swallow us whole. That sky.
There's nothing up here, is there? Oh.
The rock. It's whispering, Benj. Yeah, you hear it too?
You ever get the feeling there's something horrible waiting for you just around the corner?
Let the beast consume. I figured the mines were gonna be trouble. Didn't think they'd be crawling with mants.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
Must have gotten out of HIA a while ago. They've been busy here. Something about the tunnels here gets under your skin and into the worst parts of your head. Makes you feel not yourself.
Whee!
In case I don't make it out of here.
I'm gonna peek my nose inside of OCI
Follow me from OCI. Time to make
to
tracks
force an
on the massive
autosave.
dizzy. I'm shedding some extra weight. It's yours if you find it, whoever you are. You need it more than I do now.
Just go in, leave again. Go in, come right back out. Just in case. Okay. Back to the mines. That is one thing about streaming Supernova difficulty. No fast traveling and no companion resurrection means lost time. Alright, so I'm not even going to try to use the sniper rifle here. I'm just going to hit the Mega Ice Queen with the Mind Control Ray to start this with. If she's even here. Figures. So this happens sometimes, and I don't know why. They despawned her. She's not here right now, and I don't know why. That happens every now and again. Darn, I wanted to kill her. No idea why that happens. It happened to me in my other playthrough. But at any rate, yeah, here's what answers the question. The coolant distributor. Some engineers have suggested that modifying a weapon for use as an engine maintenance tool is a bad idea. Some engineers lack imagination. So this functions like a grenade launcher. But it inflicts chill. Look at that. Takes up 8 ammo per shot. Somehow not impressed. But whatever floats your boat. So that's disappointing. I don't know why she's not here. Oh well. I have no idea if she drops any interesting loot, given that she's a monster. Probably not. I feel like the grand prize is the weapon by her that I've already picked up. Well, we're almost done in the mine. You don't see the other one?
You're going down!
I'll fix you right up!
Real in one piece?
All right.
Great work!
And that thing is a super slow reload. Food addiction. Fine, have your meat. All right. So here's one of the main reasons for coming in here. Remember the secret society of... whatever the hell they were. Secret Society of Super Science Sidekicks. There are 4 of them, and, well, we just found the hideout of one of them. Nightlight. Watch where you shine that lamp. +1 perception, +5 tech skills. A vital part of any deep space miner's wardrobe, at least any miner who values their skull. Interesting thing about this helmet, it's the same +1 perception you get from the explorer's hat, only it's a hell of a lot thicker armor, and it even has a tech skills boost on it. Kind of a shame that something as awesome as that hat becomes obsoleted, as it were. There it is. I don't believe it actually generates any light, though. I don't believe it actually, like, shines a headlamp or anything, which would make it quite useful. Another interesting thing to note about the nightlight here, it's weightless. Its weight is actually 0. Oh, it's the same thing for the explorer's hat, actually. For some reason, the Moonman helmet is also weightless. Yes, its weight is considered negligible. Same thing for a nice hat. Whereas this is, yeah, that's actually pretty hefty for a helmet. Yeah, by tech skills they mean medical science and engineering. So we're actually getting, yeah, that +5 doubles to +10 for medical and science, and we're actually getting 15 for engineering, because engineering is affected by the perception. Handguns, long guns, heavy weapons, dodge, lockpick, and engineering are all affected by perception. So yeah, all of the ranged options are showing as +5 due to the nightlight. And engineering is actually +15. Which is also interesting when you consider that the effect of the welder's goggles is +15 engineering, although that's -1 perception. So yeah, you would expect it to otherwise be +30 after it's doubled, but the penalty is actually doubled as well. I do believe. Or maybe not. No, actually I suppose it isn't. Yeah, it is, the penalty does get factored in there. Yeah, I do have a -4, so yeah, it ends up being +26 net. There's some weird way these things all end up lining up, but for now, let's put the actual defensive helmet back on. Really? Okay.
There's a clue down here in the mines. Let's look around.
Maurice Walton's datapad. Virgil, making progress on the graph plating for the package, though not nearly as fast as you'd like. Given the spin rate of Gorgon, the anomaly I've been observing is only present in the sky 3 hours out of every 24. Doesn't help that I have to readjust my telescope every couple minutes to keep tabs on this slippery bastard. Come by my workstation outside the manufactory dome when you've got a minute. The data this thing is throwing off is strange as all get out. Be ashamed to compromise the package with a misplaced 0, right? By the way, I checked on Eustace. The fumes aren't doing him any favors. We ought to get him out of there as soon as we can. How's your sister coming on with the schedule? By the marvelous mustache of Excelsior, Maurice. P.S. You gotta tell Birdie to stop bringing me food. If I have to eat another damned can of salt tuna fillets, I'm gonna hurl. And here we have the exhilarating adventures of Archibald Excelsior, issue number 2. Sorry that I didn't grab them in order. A comic from the cult classic Ace Exterminator series, tragically cancelled after its brief 4-issue run. Scribbled in felt tip on the comic's spine is the word friend. After his run-in with the Dancing Queen, proven hero Archibald Excelsior is mending his broken heart in the glitzy city of Fairview when a horde of vicious crystal canids escapes from the laboratory of an evil unemployed scientist. As the canids turn the city to ash with their plasma beam eyes, Excelsior descends into the depths of the lab to put down the leader of the pack, King Alpha. The king connives to sabotage Excelsior's trusty PET, and our hero is forced to fight with the only weapon in reach, the skull of King Alpha's own mother, Empress Crystalline Alpha. Will our mustachioed hero escape the king's jaws and heal his wounded heart? One down. 3 to go, although as I mentioned, some of them will be a bit later. But yes, we do have the, it is indeed in our inventory, and it does indeed have a unique, image there. There's its cover. Auntie Cleo's presents the exciting adventures of Archibald Excelsior Ace Exterminator. Limited edition. Only 2 bits. Yeah, it's got text on the back there. I can't help but equate the visual design of this to like one of those old Choose Your Own Adventure books from the 80s. It really looks like the same kind of layout, and I think it's even the same font on the back. It's very, it's interesting to me, the visual style they chose for that. Apparently whatever game you play on now is solitaire, potentially anyway. All these little... These definitely look more interesting than the usual bits of paper you find lying around in the game. And, yeah, that's it for the mines. We could leave. Although I'm curious to see if they spawn the damn queen back in. Nope. I don't know if or when they're going to, make her show up again, so, I'm afraid I don't know what to tell you there. Honestly, I'm not sure I want to take the time to look later. Don't know what makes her appear or not appear. Might be based on the time of day. Sanity knows very few things in this game actually are, but maybe that's one of them. Couldn't tell you why she isn't there. I'm going to once again peek my head into OCI and back out again to force an autosave before I work my way back through that marauder camp to where Charles from Accounting was, because I missed something down in there. boobs. Let me look up one thing real quick. No, guess not. Oh, never mind. Okay, so, these assholes again. Go ahead, let me recover my TTD. See what that gets you.
Don't mess with us.
Spoiler alert, shot in the head. It looked like they're all in a line, but two of them are actually decidedly further back than the others. Oh, it's just because they moved after I opened fire. Llama! Oh, you're bending down. Okay. Incoming? I think you got them. There's one over here, and he's for me. Ah, lovely. Then there's you. And then there's a crack shot over here somewhere. You're not carrying anything, you bastard. What do we got? Doop. Doop. You're alerted, but you don't see me. We're that far away? Nice. Hey, Cleaner, good to see you. Well, Charles from accounting is not coming back, but, still other marauders here. Others will have respawned.
That was clean.
What? Is there a whisper quiet muzzler on this or something? No? Weird. Mind you, not complaining in the slightest. Oh, wait, we're not alone. Yeah, let my TTD recover. See where that gets you. Shot in the head. Twice, apparently. Somehow you survived the first one. I think I need to boost my long gun skill. I've confirmed I don't have to boost other stats much, so, we might be doing that a bit. Of course, another option is to boost science. The mind control ray, but then again, the mind control ray in and of itself is a long gun. Right, so it's back in here. You might remember Lucky Montoya was there, along with a Canid. We killed the Canid, we saw that Lucky was there, I looted the body, and somehow I did not see that there was a recording right by his fucking foot. Sorry about that. I'll pick it up now, and it's his last recording, and it's a pretty telling one.
I've stumbled onto something big. Bigger than Minnie Ambrose's journal. Spacer's Choice wasn't making Adrenatime for humans. They were making it for Canids. The ads were all smoke and mirrors. There's no way they'd make something this dangerous for people. But why? To build an army? Like in the Archie Excelsior comics? To make them smart, so they can do most of our jobs? To make them smart and give them thumbs, so they can do all of our jobs? Only one way to find out.
Oh boy. Alright, so that happened. My apologies for not doing that the first time. I literally did not see it. Alright, so what we can do now is go up this elevator. And that will take us to outside the OCI's upper exit, which we very promptly fast-traveled out of last session at the end. But now we can actually scope this place out. And it's definitely a thing. More Canids, and they are shock charged.
Right, here we go. Hey, Pete! Out of my way!
Here goes nothing.
Don't mess with the best.
Nice work, you two! Very nice work. They're dropping galvanized fins, tails, etc. Galvanized canid meat. With all the electricity still infused in the meat, you wonder if some kid could use it to power some light bulbs for a school project. Executive suites discovered. So you might remember when we left the OCI, there's the OCI's upper exit there, I pointed out a board and said, next time I'll show you what's on that board. Well, here's the board. It's a scoreboard for tossball. Apparently, the residents of the executive suites up here were using this lot as a makeshift tossball field. The Canid Kings versus the OCI Aces. Come on, you shits, get it together. The score 33-2. Champion tossball stick. Unsurprisingly, and a blocker. Some Adrena time because Gorgon. And a note. Teammate's letter. Barton, thanks for subbing in for Lenator. Priantha scored one hell of a body goal on us last week, and in the process tore our goalie a new Wednesday zone. Lenander's fault. Hullhead thinks he's Birdie Holcomb himself. Seeing as you just finished the night shift, Reed is letting us swing by her place to get some Adrena time from her stash so you don't nod off mid-period. And to give you a little edge on Doc Priantha if you catch my meeting. Trust me, you'll be glad for it. Back in 20, Tillman. Priantha's name will come up again, but quite a bit later. You will not be quizzed on it. Not by me, anyway. Really, though? There we go. Alright, so there's the OCI we came out of. Now we can actually do what I ran out of time to do last time, and that's actually explore around it. You can see there's several exits out of here. Yeah, we're going to want to go up here if we can. Yeah, the observatory is there, and one of the bits of dialogue is there. Mining accident is how that's labeled on the map in the back there. Alright, now to actually scope out these buildings. Lots of loot. Okay. So there's the first room. Nothing. That's where we came in. Is there anything behind one of the... I forget if there's like a way onto a roof anywhere around here. I'm gonna say yes. I'll have to make sure I figure out how to get that one before I leave the area. Pardon? There a ladder around here? I don't seem to remember exactly where everything is. Alright. That's the OCI. So yeah, this is the main building here. Definitely fancier places here. So far as anything could be said to be fancy in this crap sack. Deadeye Assault Rifle 2, for those of you who don't have the pink slip yet. Diane shoots final report. To the co-worker who finds this, given you're reading this, I'm likely dead. I'm very sorry about that. I'm also sorry Spacer's Choice had to send someone else to finish my assignment. As of the moment I'm writing this, Charles Novak still possesses the express mail delivery prototype. I believe he's gone entirely mad, as he has abandoned his apartment and taken up with a group of marauders not far from here. Charles no longer recognizes me. He can't even recognize the Spacer's Choice jingle. When I sang it for him to try to coax him into a calmer state, he shot me in the arm. If you're here to retrieve the prototype, here's what you should know. The prototype remains intact. The prototype has been modified to simultaneously fire multiple projectiles, and the original package housing chamber appears to have been replaced with an explosive payload. Please know that I did not sanction these modifications, nor do I approve of setting fire to company correspondence. Charles's depravity knows no bounds. The original prototype was only intended to deliver packages more quickly, nothing more, and I'd sooner die than see it used for violence. To that end, I'm going to try to recover the prototype from Charles. Should I fail, please remember me fondly, despite my incompetence. Faithfully, Diane Shute. And yes, that is Charles from accounting. And yes, that was the special delivery quote, rocket launcher, unquote, that we have picked up. It's your hint that there's a really nice weapon to be had out there. Okay, the bathroom, the bedroom. Adrena time everywhere. Hey, little guy. Alright. Nothing there. Aha! Then we've got you. Food addiction and we're thirsty, huh? Meat. And, caffeine drink, sure. Had a little bit of fatigue built up. Alleviate that somewhat. they let you have some caffeine drink to mitigate that, but not a whole lot. Wipe your feet. Welcome, Matt. Look at that. Widescreen. Sentry Saber Mark III might actually be better than someone else is armed with. Weapon parts. Wait, who keeps so much ammo in their bathroom? Recording.
Dr. Ambrose, tell me about Adrenatime. What does it do?
Hasn't Clarence already dumped a pile of promotional materials on your head?
Where's the fun in that? My listeners want to hear it in your own words.
It's an injectable drug that improves a patient's speed, awareness, mental acuity, and endurance. In moderation, Adrenatime will uplift the laboring classes by strengthening their minds and work ethic.
That's quite the mission. What's driving this vision of uplift?
I am a solutions-oriented woman. I see a problem and I am moved to solve it. Poverty is one such problem. Through science, I believe we can improve the poor, and in so doing, improve Halcyon.
So that's one of the Roscoe interviews that we needed to pick up there. Exciting Adventures of Archibald Excelsior, Ace Exterminator, and the Plague of Mantimen. And we'll have to find a copy of that later. That's just an image in a frame, not the actual issue. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Up. Nothing, nothing. Oops. And there we are. These two wisely not following. There we go. Yes, our acrophobic sniper jumping from building to building. I believe you guys did that to me. A second box on that same roof? I mean, that was the same one that I... Not that I see. Hidden in the piping? Alright. Someone's gonna gain or lose 50 bennies on this. Look at that. 50 bennies. You were right. Good catch. All right. Oops. Let's get back down here. What are this character's flaws again? She has 5 of them, doesn't she? Food addiction, shock and plasma weaknesses, acro and raptophobias. Okay. Okay, so this area finally got cleared out. The path we need to take in order to get here is not as straightforward as one would like. And it's actually trap-laden. So you'll have to bear with me as I carefully hunt through to get to it. And that's if I even remember where the entrance is. So that's where the secret society entrance is. Yeah, it's like up here. And it's a very... Is it this way? Yep, it's that way, alright. Although there's also this route here. Yeah, circles back down and around. Looks like it goes further that way, but it doesn't. Yes, this route here is what leads to the observatory, and it has more than a few mines around it. Which I don't want to have anything to do with, because if I get concussed, I'm gonna have to go back to the ship. I don't want to do that until we're golden here. I forget if there are any enemies up ahead. If there aren't many. Fuck, I almost walked right into that one.
We're definitely trespassing. But don't let that stop you.
Watch your step, Captain. Traps there, there, over there. Well, just about everywhere.
I don't know why they say that just after you've gone through all the traps. Oops. Light Assault Rifle Mark III. This is so heartbreaking. Look at all of those cans of Borston beans. And they're all behind a locked case. You can't get them. You can get the 5 that are outside. And this one here.
We call them marauders, like they have some kind of group identity. They don't. The name was coined in Edgewater, I think. One of the towns first hit by the Adrenatime crisis. A lonely spacer's choice outpost on the edge of a barren sea. A prime place for the company to test a disastrous new product. When the town started fraying at the edges, hardly anyone else in the colony noticed. Just like Lucian planned. I read the reports. Every missing person. Every unexpected death. A town already teetering on the edge, and Adrenatime shoved it off a cliff. When does a man become marauder? People talk about them as if they've transformed, like they've mutated. I see it in the Aetherwave broadcasts, read it in the papers. But beneath their masks, they're only people. Dangerous people with a terrible illness, but people still. When we call a man a marauder, have we given up on him? How do we know when he's become one? How can you decide to give up on someone? Have I given up on Harvey? Who does this suffering serve, I wonder? Spacer's choice?
Just let those speak for themselves. Wait, my lunch.
Is this one of those research outposts we're looking for? Wow, get a load of this view.
Hey, little guy. Yep, this is Maurice's research site. Improved silver tongue kit. Oddly enough, you can't pick that one up. No idea why. Doesn't look open. Eustace Kim's datapad. Maurice, I have made my peace with the chemical waste pit. It is where I belong, I think, with the refuse and the dregs. The surface is distant to me, as distant as the cold stars, as distant as you are, and the rest of them. How do you fare, Maurice, up on your vaunted perch? When the shadow of the manufactory crown falls on you in your fine telescope, do you think of me down here in the dark? Do any of you? My isolation has borne fruit. Propane, butane, ethane. These wild gases visit me in my dreams. They shift and morph, compress and expand. Gas now, then liquid, then gas again. They've whispered to me the trick of their metamorphosis, and I have bottled it as they taught me. Come down from the shadow of the manufactory, Maurice, down to the ravine, and they will teach you their trick too. Let us at last complete the package, that I might finally ascend. All glory to the PET, Eustace. The Exhilarating Adventures of Archibald Excelsior, issue number 1. A comic from the cult classic Ace Exterminator series, tragically cancelled after its brief 4-issue run. Scribbled in felt tip on the comic spine is the word "speak." In the inaugural issue, newly minted hero Archibald Excelsior is dispatched to the cloud cities of Olympus to put down a plague of ravenous Manti-men intent on taking the cities for their own. Manti Mastermind pits his second-in-command, renowned Spindle Knight Sysax Sassafras, against Excelsior in hand-to-claw combat. Just when Excelsior appears to have bested his insectile foe with the help of his handy PEG, his eye is caught by Isabella Femme Fatale, Manti Mastermind's dancing queen. Will our mustachioed hero survive his brush with the Spindle Knight? And with love? Oh, I could read shit like that all day. Lorem ipsum dectolit. Yeah, it's in Latin. It's an anti-grav sprat. Not enough power for a person, I guess. Little spaceship down there. Sorts of food and booze. And no, you can't use the telescope. I tried. Nice view of the, best view you can get is down the scope of a sniper rifle, I'm afraid. You can't even get in the chair, although there's an easy-to-miss bottle of pep pills tucked away just underneath it. JT Silvervo, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. I would very much like to sometime. Alright. So, this is, given that where the next place we have to go is, which is Gorgon Ruins, I may as well take this opportunity to fast travel back to the Unreliable and do a manual save. No kidding! Wow! I am honored, sir. I am deeply honored. Felix himself does a narration of that style for several portions, at least early on in Gorgon. Sort of imitating that myself. I am very honored. Thank you so much for being here. Ah, the cows
Didn't I
again.
request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Oh my word. Okay, we have armor to modify, I think. Oh, no, that happened right. I lost that set of armor. Oops. Okay. I am very, very much honored by that. Thank you. Yes, this helmet. Yeah, we only get to tinker it once and then we're at the cap. But I'll take whatever I can get. This game is utterly fantastic. I have been greatly enjoying it. It's so easy to replay it. It's like you finish it, you just want to start a new run and do things differently. I'm going to just repair all three of these while I'm here. Yeah, those are in good shape. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, Felix is in my party for multiple reasons, for this portion in particular. And that narration is very much one of them. It also helps that this character that I'm playing right now is a very... slick tongue, sticky fingers type. With Felix and Parvati in the party, she has a maximum persuade skill, and with a little change of equipment can get maximum lockpick as well. Felix is definitely a key member for this. Want to support persuade. Yeah, if you need to try to convince someone that the galaxy is at stake, you need Felix in your party, and that's exactly why he's here. Oh yeah, and there might be some messages for the... Nope, not yet. Alright. That happens later, I guess. Issue 1 actually ends up inside the cabin there. Oh yeah, I didn't actually view it in the inventory, did I? Yeah, there's number 1. Speak and friend. Just, gee, I wonder what might be written on the other 2. But you do actually need them all before you can put in the password. When this texture gets patched out in a later update with a new design, I am to blame for this because I'm the one that recognized that this is from an actual published board game. So there's that. Okay. So I guess I actually don't have anything to do here unless... What options do we have? Oh, we've actually got options for this now. Gadgets. Anything relating to TTD is not going to help. That could work, though. Okay. I did, actually. Sort of indirect. Oh, I need to rest. Yeah, what happened is that one of the artists, one of the modelers, had put a post up on Board Game Geek with images of all the little board game props, like this one, that are scattered throughout the game. And apparently I'm the only person who has sufficient knowledge of both video games and traditional board games to be like, wait a minute, that's the game of why. Does Kadon Enterprises know about this? And they basically did a mea culpa. And yeah, they redesigned the image. I'm to blame, that's my fault. Oh man, could you imagine me being a voice actor? I mean, I'm already listed in the IMDb, but that's for documentaries. That'd be weird. Alright, so if I'm not carrying any tossball cards, I don't even know why this character is still collecting them, but they are. Oh, we're thirsty too. Let's do something about that. It's here somewhere. I don't want to use a sugary drink. I have decidedly fewer of those. I'd rather just use another caffeine. There. Alright, let's go. Right back out there again. So we've already cleared out Gorgon Ruins, but we do have an actual story mission taking us back there for something. We can knock that out real quick. Yeah, and there will be a vending machine there, so we can sell off the unnecessaries. Actually, there's a workbench not far from there either. Yeah, the inventory has actually gotten kind of thick here. Frickin' food addiction, man. Alright. Supernova difficulty, can't fast travel there. You'll have to bear with us. Yeah. I think the fastest way up... Nah, it's probably to just keep going, take the low road. I could take that elevator and go across that bridge, but I think it's going to be faster and easier to go this way.
Easy now.
Oh, I think I would too. One of these days, I might actually make a video game. Sanity knows I have enough design ideas, and in theory, I've got the skill to do it. But I've made no secret of the fact that one of the reasons I would want to do it in the first place is to give myself a voice acting role. Come on. Ugh, nuts. Yeah, go ahead. Take cover. Let my TTD recover. See where that gets you. Doop. There we go.
Score one for Felix.
I will keep that in mind. I will definitely keep that in mind. Oops. And we're over encumbered, but that's okay because we're almost to where we can solve that problem. Actually, who am I kidding? It's going to be faster and easier to head back to the beginning. Also, we leveled up in that fight. Okay. So we don't need anything more in Persuade, Lockpick, or Hack. We are golden. We've already got Science up to 100, and we're definitely not getting it to Virtuoso. That is impossible at this point, because we only have 2 more level ups after this before we're at the cap. So I'm actually not sure what I want to level up here. There's a lot to be said for long guns, given that the Pink Slip and the Mind Control Ray are our go-tos, and both of those are long guns. And we could definitely get that up to expert level eventually. We probably don't really need to boost engineering for anything. I can't think of anything specific we would need that for. Boosting medical might help a little bit. If we level that up all 3 times that we'll be able to, we actually could get it to expert. And stick something else in the inhaler, which would be really nice. One other thing I'm thinking about is determination. If we level that up a couple times, not only are we giving our companions a lot more health, but eventually they'll be easier to heal as well. And we could actually get that up to Adept before it's all over. So, whatever you're thinking... Yeah, what's chat thinking? I'll let chat try to decide this. I don't see much advantage to boosting up defense. I'll say that much right now. You always vote for the non-combat skills. So we're kind of running out of non-combat skills that are meaningfully level... that we can meaningfully increase. If we had shock-based weapons... I'm wondering if that boost to Adept would help at all. Yeah. And I'm trying to sort of plan out all the remaining levels. I suppose if we boosted Medical up to 60 and Determination up to 60, that would be a good way of spending it. There's actually also a lot to be said for boosting Sneak. I have the tendency to overlook that. But if we add two levels worth to Sneak, we'll get to Expert in that. And we'll start dealing bonus damage on sneak attacks. You're thinking leadership? Well, it would be nice if, given that the majority of the times I need to revert to a save file is when I lose a companion, boosting leadership is probably a good idea. There is that. Alright, yeah, I stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening. This has been my Wednesday night game for a while now, and will be until I finish this playthrough. Hope you can stop in again, and thank you very much for visiting. I greatly appreciate that. It's always nice when those who are involved in the development of a game show up during one of my streams. It's like when one of the producers of Final Fantasy Tactics showed up when when I was playing that. Alright, so companions will deal a little more damage, they'll have a little more health, but it's going to take another level in order to actually get Determination up to 60, which will give them more out of the inhaler. Take care. Felix will stick in the party. Oh, now that's gonna take way too long. I'll break something down. Works for me. Oh, nice, we got a mod out of that. Alright. I should have just used these machines. Wait, what the... These are right by the entrance. How the hell did I miss those? Son of a... Sheesh. Yeah, I'm never gonna use that. No. I do not need to sell my ammo, thank you. Yeah, I don't need any of that. Any of them. Okay, so let's see. I can't sell the MSI Elite helmet. I can't bring myself to do that. I might end up sticking that in the bin on the ship. Even if I'll never use it again, still. +5 hack on that, but you're better for that, so don't need you. +5 inspiration. This fancy bowler hat makes a bold statement. Look at my hat! Alright, any nicotine or alcohol we're carrying? Yep. And 106 syringes of adrenatime. I don't think we need those. Let's get rid of all that junk. Let's see, mods we have in excess. And the junk. Alright. That was a very, very pleasant surprise. Okay. Elevator's up top. Is he tasty? Sheesh. Do we have enough bits for a tinkering? Something I can... Oh yeah, we just leveled up, so... There's the mind control ray upgraded. That's cheap. Oh man, the plasma launcher that Felix is carrying. That won't be expensive either. Let's do that. The science weapons that Parvati is carrying, of course. Those are cheap to upgrade. Can get another level off of that, and that's cheap. These are under 1,000 each. I'll go ahead and give each of them another level. That's cost efficient. And I think that's gonna do it there. Let's repair you while we're here, sure. Those are all fine. Alright. I'm gonna have to work my way around here, though. Figured that'd make you stand up.
You got it, Captain.
You want some of this?
No, let's not shoot Felix. Oh dear, Felix just went down. I just went down! Oh no. Are you serious? Oh no. Oh, this is not good. We actually didn't lose all that much. We actually didn't lose all that much. Shit. That wasn't good. Alright, Gorgon landing pad. Felix and Parvati. Supernova's hard. I'm not gonna lie, there are some battles that are near the end of this DLC that scare me. Knowing that I'm gonna be playing them on Supernova, they scare me. They might take me a few tries. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward correctly this time. End food addiction. Go down the stairs, go straight to the vending machines. Oh yeah. Grab the parts from here. Because I'm an idiot that missed them before. Actually, you know what I ought to do? I think I get more bits for what I sell if I sell them to an actual person, and there's one right here.
Hey again, stranger. What can I get you? All sorts of salvage and weapons.
Okay. Yeah. You actually get more for your money. You get more money for your items, I should say. Okay. Sell adrenatime, alcohol. Not carrying any nicotine. Okay, good. Mods in excess. At this point, I'm probably not going to be doing much tweaking of weapons, at least Prudence's own. So I probably don't need to retain a lot of mods. I can probably just sell a chunk. Okay, let's try this again. It's twice I've had to reload a save tonight. Ugh. Not good. Show me your head. Thank you. Okay. So we're still upgrading leadership, I take it? That's probably a good choice. If not the best choice. Yeah. I didn't want to waste everybody's time with an official poll there. It's not like it's a game plot decision, you know. We are nearing the cap, though. There are only 2 more levels to gain. So I guess at this point it'll be determination and then medical, just to make sure we optimize our passives. It's kind of painful that I just said that, but you know what I mean. Yeah, since we don't need to boost up Persuade anymore, there's no point in that. Yeah, getting that to 60 for Adept, getting that to 60 for Adept. Why did you glow? Surely you're empty. Alright, take 2. Let's try this approach. Oops. No. You're pulling out a gun? We're gonna smack you down. Oh, yes. Right. Loot the ash piles. There we go. Much better. Porstwurst. Drink efficiently. Sheesh. Be a few more marauders down here to deal with. I do believe. Yeah.
Don't mess with the best. That's the last of it.
Ugh. Okay. Loot. Loot. So we did open this up, right? Yeah, okay. Yes, the dealer's stash. And I told you that later on there'll be a... For those of you who can't lockpick it, there is a key to get in there. And I will be showing you where that is later this session. Okay. So... This building is the one we need to come to again. Yeah, I don't think that line actually came up in my playthroughs. I'm trying to remember... I want to say I heard it at some point? Well, at any rate... Directory. Locate facility staff. Scanning, one result found. Name, mostly Clarence. Location, Byzantium Musgrave Collection. Thank you for your diligent commitment to personnel tracking and surveillance. We get an insane amount of experience for that. That's half a way to the next level. And that actually is where the ones who walk away from Gorgon is completed. You discovered the location of Clarence Mostly, aka the one whose eyeball we used to get into OCI, from Transmission Tower Alpha. Looks like you're going to Byzantium. Mostly harmless, your only lead into lifting Gorgon's emergency lockdown is the project's last known staff member, an actuary named Clarence Mostly. If you want access to the manufactory, you'll need information from him. He's at an art gallery located on Byzantium. And while we're on Byzantium, we can tackle the Chimerists' last experiment. So we have some traveling to do. Okay. But before I do that, as advertised, I wanted to do a bit more mapping out of things, as it were. I suppose I could do that later. But I kind of want to do it now while we've got the presents. Party's all decked out. And we're not far from it. So I want to head south I want to go this way. If nothing else, I want to scope out this island here. Oops. This is a very weird little island. Well, that's a crack shot. Stand up. Wow.
Really? Do that again?
Fast. So there's an elevator, which is kind of hard to see, actually, when you come up here. Especially if the building here distracts you. But yeah, there's actually an elevator to go down to the buildings that are down and around in here. This building here is the Synthesis and Manufactory Center's lower entrance. And that's where the near end portion is. That's the building that was put on emergency lockdown. That's the building where Olivia's journal's at. But in order to resolve that lockdown, we need to disable something at the chem lab, which is here, and something at a HIA, which is here. We can actually do those in either order. But in order to even access those in the first place, we'll have to speak to Clarence Mostly, who will give us tabs on the people who can get us into those facilities. So we won't need to actually come down here and do this for a while yet, but the elevator is there. Gorgon security checkpoint keycard. That is, I want to say, on this very island somewhere. Not far away, but, I mean,
Great work.
we can just lockpick it. I will try to show you where the key is. There's some safes in here. Those we would have to lockpick regardless, but they're only 50s. No biggie. Not like 150 like a lot of these things are. Contraband is a unique firearm. It is an automag pistol, and it is a very, very quiet one. Did you know corporate security officers can seize your property simply by asserting it's been used in a crime? It's not theft, it's civil asset forfeiture. Yeah. Sneak attacks with this weapon deal increased damage. So, if you are specializing in handguns and or sneak attacks, this is your best friend right here. It does not actually qualify for the quiet weapon perk boost, though. The noise range on this is 3 meters, not 2.5, so you can't completely break it. For those of you who don't remember what I'm talking about, it's this perk right here. Those don't combine together, unfortunately. But it is otherwise potentially a very useful tool for you, but yes, this character is so totally long guns. Nope. here. There's a whole bunch of lockers. Terminal! Security logs. Following additional questioning, Frida Weber cleared of all suspicion. No further investigation needed. Additionally, all future allegations against Weber are to be forwarded to Ann Olson, who will handle them personally. Other notes from today: called to Chem Lab to investigate suspicious noise. Removed half of one test subject from outflow pipe. New lost keycard protocol. Log the loss, including date, time, and the card user before printing a new keycard at this terminal. New protocol should prevent Olson from having to print Carter a new keycard. Again. Passcode, get it together, Carter. Received tip that Frida Weber may be engaging in company-prohibited activity, alleged distribution of test product. Questioned Weber at her domicile. Further investigation required. Other notes from today: flagged 2 crates of Zero-G brew shipped in from Terra 2. Bottles concealed subversive propaganda. Destroyed propaganda immediately. Zero-G brew has been cleared for transport to Office of Creative Incubation Cafeteria. Lucky bastards. So yes, you can print a new key card here. Enter a valid passcode to continue. You could try to type in passcode or it won't work, or you can hack it to bypass it. Or yeah, if you just read the logs, there's the passcode right there. Get it together, Carter. But we get experience for hacking, so let's hack. And that does indeed get you the key card for the security checkpoint, as in the building we were just in before this one. Yeah, so, yeah, you definitely did not need to pick that lock, but we, of course, did, because we can, and we get experience for it. No lock can stop us. Literally, because we can have maximum lockpick. We might have to put on our lockpicking gear to do it, but we can do it. Also, this door also uses the same key card. So we can just waltz on in here. Grab these. And this key card here, this is what gets you into the dealer's stash. Back in the Gorgon ruins. I told you I would tell you where it is, and here it is. It's at this key point. But note that this letter right next to it is something that you can examine, and it's very easy to miss the fact. You're like, oh, key card! And then you turn away without realizing this is a letter you can read. Yeah, I kind of, missed this before. But, I did find it. Letter from Frida Weber. Officer Olson, I'd like to follow up with you regarding yesterday's chat. Now, this could be a whole mess, or this could be something we resolve quietly, to the mutual benefit of both parties. Here's what I'm going to do. I've enclosed the key that unlocks a safe you'll find behind a wall panel in my room, in which I most certainly do not store that stockpile of adrenatime some hullhead tipped you off about. Maybe some of that supply, which, again, I must stress does not exist, goes missing from time to time. It happens. There's quite a lot of it, and who's to say I count doses that carefully? I get new deliveries in all the time. My perfectly legal, non-adrenatime-related business provides a valuable service to my customers, who benefit immensely from a product otherwise tied up in too much legal red tape like testing phases and human safety. Should my operation be permitted to continue as before, I'd ask that you hold onto the enclosed key for safekeeping. I think that would prevent any future issues between the two of us. Don't you? Kindest regards, Frida Weber. So yeah, that and the messages on that other terminal there are rather well explained now, aren't they? Okay, so with that having been done, we can now head across the southern bridge to this area here. And although it looks like there's a nice ramp here to go somewhere useful, well, let me actually just go there and you'll see for yourself. Let me get on the food addiction. South. Oops. That ain't water. That is acidic. This is a toxin refinery for all intents and purposes. This is its waste runoff. Yeah, try not to spend much time in the goop. Things in the bin here.
Oh, wow.
Might I just take this opportunity to say that dark matter is a great name for a chocolate bar? Oh, come on. I think we're good in there. There's a vending machine right here. Although there's actually a human vendor coming up soon, I'll just take advantage of this right now. Yeah, I'm never gonna use that. Right, so far, we have had shock-based canids and frozen mantisaurs. Guess what we have now? Acidic primals. You didn't hear a damn thing. Right in your eyeball.
Hey, boss! Watch this!
I see it now.
Let's get you two attacking each other, shall we?
Everyone all right?
Yeah, the way they can pop underground, reappear right next to you is more than a little obnoxious, frankly. Empty. I didn't loot the one that got right in my face, did I? No, I did, okay. There's a small number of items hidden back here, all sort of spaced out. Yeah, I wonder how many... Oh, here we go. I wonder how many people are streaming The Outer Worlds right now that he would stop by my stream. That was so cool. Alright. So, I could... keep marching downward. And I'll end up at the bottom of the ravine. And I will have some, you know, fights with creatures that killed me a few times on hard. Quite frankly, I think I'd rather just wait until we end up coming out of this building here to deal with this. So we'll get what's further down that way later. Instead, for right now, that, and I don't want to press my luck going too far without saving. It's to come up here. See, that also leads down to the same spot. That's great that he thought my my reading there was so good he de-lurked. That was fantastic. Right, so now we've got this guy. Probably Carl's legitimate storefront.
Hey, just now. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
I thought I heard a scream.
You sure that weren't the stellar winds through the canyons, mister?
Why, it's the sound of fine goods screaming out to be purchased. Pleasure to meet you, sir or ma'am. I'm Carl, and as a customer-defacing representative of Spacer's Choice, I sell only the finest. What can I get you, prospective customer? New handgun? Pack of smokes? Stab in the face?
Did you just threaten to stab me?
Did I? Honest mistake.
Pretty sure you said something about defacing customers, too.
That came out wrong. I meant removing their faces. So sorry.
Are you okay?
I'm not okay. I'm Carl.
No, I mean, you seem unwell. Medically.
And yet I feel fantastic. My body screams with energy. My hands burn with new strength. I haven't slept in 4 days. And it's all thanks to the magic of Adrena time.
You should really consider medical treatment.
Spacer's Choice. It dulls the howling ache inside your bones.
Mister, you don't seem too good. Is there anything we can do to help you?
At any rate, how can I help Spacer's Choice help you? Target demographic?
I thought Spacer's Choice left Gorgon years ago.
Ha! Then who's been reviewing my inventory requests at the Office of Creative Incubation? Marauders?
Wait, the OCI that's been overrun by marauders? That OCI?
Oh, please. My coworkers aren't that bad. But don't trouble yourself with company business, sir or ma'am. Trouble yourself with my fine wares instead.
The Spacer's Choice even know you're out here?
Sure they know. I don't think they'd misplace their top salesman of the last 6 quarters, do you? Oh, Spacer's Choice knows. Spacer's Choice knows everything because he tells them. He's always watching. He's watching us right now.
Who's watching us?
The Moon Man!
The Spacer's Choice Moon Man is watching you?
Always. He never stops. He never sleeps. He wants Spacer's Choice to think I'm crazy, you know. But I know what I am. I'm a good employee. You hear that? You sprat bastard? I'm a good employee!
You mentioned taking Adrena time?
Great stuff. Best stuff there is.
It's slowly destroying you.
Destroying me? Adrena Time is made by Spacer's Choice, sir or ma'am. A family company. They only want the best for us. Besides, without it, I start having bad thoughts. Start remembering things wrong. Like how my wife... Oh, Christine? Not true. It's not true! I didn't... That never happened. Adrena Time is real nice. Keeps out the bad thoughts.
What was that about your wife?
Oh, have you met Christine? Incredible woman, isn't she? Probably she's busy at the chem lab. Tell you what, that boss of hers is an odd fellow. Bit of a weirdo, but let's keep that between you and me.
Oh, law, Captain. I don't think he knows what's happened.
At any rate, how can I help Spacer's Choice help you? Target demographic?
What are you selling?
The finest dust-covered goods money can buy.
Sells a unique weapon called the Aerial Assault. Attacks made with this weapon while jumping inflict knockback. It's corrosive. And otherwise, yeah, he sells a toss ball card. Various outfits. I think we saw one of these before, right? Pressurized injection suit? If not, we'll be seeing more of these up ahead. Boosts status effect durations, movement speed, and melee weapon attack speed at the cost of reducing all of your character attributes by 1. Funky thing, that. But at any rate, I don't really want to buy anything. We can sell, though. Oh, we got... okay, I'm not selling that armor. I'm using it. Yeah, we got some nicotine. Oh wow, we're actually found a lot of mods recently. Can sell a good chunk of those. Oh, I'll remove that from junk and then sell these. Could pay bits to repair things, but why do that? Yeah, I don't think I want to buy anything from him, though. Incidentally, it is considered stealing to take any of the things that are inside of here. Heck, just this chunk of Raptidon meat that's sitting out here, and that bin of armor parts is marked as stealing. Not that he'll see us take them. But with that said, though, we probably shouldn't have taken that meat. Parvati does jump when she does her ability, but she always uses a hammer. Even if you have her equipped with something else, I believe she always uses a hammer. Guess she keeps it in hammer space. So I don't think that logic would work. Actually, she's armed with a one-handed melee weapon. Okay, so I have to use the plumbing. And this is actually a good, interesting time for me to go do that, because it lets me set up a pole for you lot. So I'll actually give this 3 minutes because I'm going to need a while. You can have your fun with that, and I'll be back in just a bit. Okay. Sorry to keep you waiting. What are the results? Okay. Very well. I will respect your response. 2/3 said nah. Very well. I will not troll him.
Spacer's Choice handguns. Dead bodies for counting.
How's your Moon Man problem coming along?
He'll get his. He comes after my job? Oh, he'll get what he deserves. At any rate, how can I help Spacer's Choice help?
Yeah. Good talk, Call. So I will tell you how you troll him. Although you maybe perhaps figured that out yourself. You just put on a Moon Man Hamlet and go talk to him. Either one, doesn't matter. Defective or defaced or presumably one of the normal ones that you can buy on the Groundbreaker. As for what happens, well, I'm not showing you. Guess you'll just have to play the game yourself if you want to see it. Chat voted against it.
Hey, Felix, you like riddles?
Is that a riddle? Because the answer is yes. Hit me with another one.
All right, here goes. Many have heard me, but none have seen me. And I won't speak until spoken to. What am I?
Won't speak until spoken to, huh? Oh, I got it. You're an obedient corporate slave, right?
What? No. The answer's Echo.
So yeah, we're in this odd little place tucked under here. There's a mag picked by his hand there. That's interesting. He was trying to break in and didn't make it. Okay. And from here we've got two routes that we can follow. This one leading down here. Pretty quickly dumps us out onto road. So this is like ground level, the fossil is ahead on the right. We haven't been anywhere left of here. And like I noted earlier, we don't have any strong compulsion to do that right now. This way, we've almost been to? The fossil is actually there. We're actually behind and above it at the moment. So here's the ultimate in disappointment. I'm just going to demonstrate this right now because I can. Looks like this can get you up to higher points, up to where the observatory was, right? Nope. You fall straight through it as if it weren't there. How incredibly disappointing. Especially after a game like, say, Borderlands, where there are areas you have to crawl across a pipe to get to. And this door is mysteriously barred. It's like, what on earth is this building, you might wonder. Well, it turns out that it's actually an exit to the final area. Or one of the final areas, I should say. So right now we're on a sort of elevated path, which runs parallel to the road. And it actually does lead here, and you should recognize this area. That's the secret hideout for the Excelsior fans. There's the OCI, that's its upper entrance. So we've connected up some dots there. Yeah, I know, it's like they put this lovely... It seems like it's so obvious that you climb up the pipe to go there, and then you just fall straight through the thing. It's like, it's beyond disappointing. That's like the... In this game of absolutely incredible things that I've encountered, that is like the worst designed thing of all. And if that's the worst thing about this game, then my word, they do a lot of things right. So that's where we came from, and there's still another route that way. Oh, I'm thirsty. Let's have a drink here. If we go this way... Bit of a camp here with a mysterious lack of lootables. And then, yeah, remember this island here? Yeah, there we go. We've connected up the dot there. Yep, we entered this island from the north. We left it through the south. We just got back to it from the east. And the only reason I'm going to go back this way is for this one box here, which does have a mod in it. Just trying to connect up all the dots here, show you all these routes. It's the main reason why I just wanted to set aside time to do just raw exploration. It's just, there's just so many different paths to follow. And now from this building, we came in from there. We can actually also go down here. And this actually leads a little further downwind of where we were before. This ramp here is how we got up to where Carl is. Yeah, we didn't actually grab that bin, but that's okay. We'll be going back by there anyway. Yeah, so that's where we came in. We fought the primals over that way. Turns out there's actually group of canids here, which we probably can't safely ignore. The marauder they were eating, because of course there was a marauder there they were eating. And as noted, we're gonna save all that for later. Yeah, we're at this cluster of broken stuff. We can go ahead and pick these up. And I will get that bin that I saw at a distance. This one. Okay. And with that, can't seem to jump the railing. Oh, almost missed that one. For shame, Doc. Hunting rabbits with an elephant gun. So there's a little something over here.
Sure would be a bad time for an earthquake.
I feel like this elevator needs a concession stand.
It's a very tall elevator, and it does lead down into the shaft here. But like I said, we're going to be forced out there later, so I will... And it's a very, very dangerous area, so I will just go ahead and tackle that later when we come around to it. And yeah, that's your exploration of Gorgon. Just about the only places we haven't been are what's back here, but again, we're going to have to come out that way. And this building, and in here, we'll have to we'll be forced through that. And of course, this area here and what's inside that final building. But that can all wait until later. For now, we are going to go to Byzantium. The next thing that we need to do for the Gorgon mission is a thing. And I think I'll actually be saving that for next time, but as promised, we will visit Ava Chartrand's place. Gotta go to Byzantium anyway. We'll go ahead and do that. And then we can pick up from the start of Mostly Harmless at the beginning of the next session, which should be entirely Peril on Gorgon content. So I don't think we'll be returning to the city and the stars until we're actually done with Gorgon. Food addiction, let's do something about that. To Terra 2, to Byzantium, freight port landing pad. Oh yes, that reminds me!
Captain, transmission request from Ambrose Manor.
I'm guessing Minnie wants an update. Patch her through.
Captain, imagine my surprise when I saw the Unreliable leaving Gorgon with so much urgency and purpose. Tell me you found Mother's journal. I'm positively dying for good news.
Lots of good options here. When I find it, you'll be the second to know. I love that. Not yet. Your mother's office has been sealed tight.
Too bad. But on the bright side, you've outdone my old freelancer. I don't think you made it very far at all. If I know Spacer's Choice, getting past the lockdown will be more complicated than just hitting a big red button. You'll need authorization, and layers of it.
I suppose your mother left you any passwords or mysterious key cards.
No. I think you're going to have to rely on good old-fashioned detective work. It's a good thing you have keen senses, a reliable ship, and a very wealthy sponsor.
So I mean, you advance on my payment. Yeah. Are you familiar with Gorgon's old research staff?
I seem to recall that Mother worked closely with Gorgon's R&D personnel, but not close enough to invite them over for dinner and cocktails, if you get my meaning. By now, they'll have moved on with their lives. If only I could do the same.
Did you know that Gorgon was developing adrenatime?
I knew Mother was involved with some important chemical trials, but I had no idea her pet project was adrenatime. Adrenatime is a working man's stimulant, like a caffeinoid. Very popular at launch, though the marketing quieted down over time.
Remember that she said she didn't know her mother was working on Adrena time. You might want to remember that. Were you aware that Adrena time created Marauders?
What? No. I mean, there's some very morbid wording in the fine print, but I had no idea Adrena time could make marauders out of people. That's it. That must be it. Spacer's Choice is keeping their dirty little secret about Adrena time off the record. We have to find Mother's journal. If we don't, then Spacer's Choice gets away with murder. I only hope we aren't too late.
Why would Spacer's take everything for a stimulant?
Adrena time was touted as the working man's best friend. A drug that boosted productivity, no adverse effects. Promise of Adrena time can be overstated. Exhaustion and fatigue were supposed to be obsolete. Workplace accidents would be things of the past. For whatever reason, the drug never lived up to that promise.
Could one drug really do all of that?
I don't know. And thanks to his choice, we may never find out. I know that I'd like to see a colony where the promise of a dream was fulfilled. And I doubt I'm the only one.
I'm heading back out. You really know your business, Minnie.
Thank you. I certainly ought to know what I'm doing. I spent years trying to break into pharmaceuticals, professionally speaking. Mother wouldn't hear of it. She didn't think I had the wit to succeed in her line of work. Safe travels. If your leads give you any trouble, be sure and give them some trouble back. Yes?
Crack your knuckles, yes. I'll keep that in mind. Be seeing you, Minnie.
Ta!
Alright, we are now over Terra 2. I think, yep. Remember how I said that the Bureau of Exploration was a reward for exploring? That there was nothing that actually referenced for you to go there? Turns out I was mistaken.
Your back, please.
Not a problem. Turns out I was very mistaken. It's a whole separate line that I had not explored until I was messing around with characters recently. I obviously won't be doing this playthrough. I can't even if I wanted to. My bitrate seems to be tanking. Of course, I'll be calling it a stream shortly anyway, but... food addiction. We're still a little tired. Actually, we'd better, given what might happen where we're going, I'd better, actually do the rest. I will tell you what will potentially lead you there. I won't go into details. Let you explore that, discover it for yourself, if you're so inclined. But the start point is this. When you get to the Groundbreaker, and you go to Udon Bedford to get your ship off of lockdown, tell him you'd like to turn in Phineas Wells. That's the start of that approach. And definitely leads you down a very different path for a good portion of the game. You actually end up doing certain things, shall we say, out of order. You go to Byzantium before you go to Monarch, among other things. And I won't spoil that any further. Let's get our sleep. Is the stream still looking okay for everybody? Because I noticed that my bitrate, for whatever reason, just suddenly started tanking. I'm having, it hasn't gone red, but it's definitely not looking good. Pixelated and unfocused for a bit, but got better. Alright. Because I was wondering whether or not I should even attempt to do this last portion before I call it. But I guess we'll go ahead and try. But I will be calling my stream to an end afterward. I was planning on doing so anyway, relatively promptly. Thing or two I want to take care of. Alright, so it wasn't just me. It actually was acting up. Still a very low rate, that's not good. It's not good at all. Twitch living up to its name. Alright, where is it? Do I have anything to do here? Probably not. Oh, right, we've got good armor now. Here you go, Felix. Oh, okay. I'm getting officially worried. My bitrate's not going back up. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm sorry. This is Twitch's fault, not my own. We'll have to do that next time. Yeah, it's like I'm looking at my own preview here, and yeah, it's lagging. This is not good. All right, I would have done it, but Twitch has said no. Looks like I'm actually ending the stream on time tonight. The plan is still to come back to this next week, and of course I will be on again tomorrow night on the Xbox One again, but it'll be all retro stuff, and I have a much larger roster of things that I can do. I finally got around to looking at a lot of the back-compatible stuff I had lying around. None of those will help me if it's not the armor I myself am wearing. This is going on to Felix. Let's give him improved hunter kit. And, guess I'll just give him the backpack. Alright, and I'm gonna call it right there, right here, right now. Prudence. Take care. Never forget to play. I will catch you next time.